and wait for people to come hang out, I guess.
Hey, where's your
Sounds
tweet?
good.
It should have just tweeted.
Okay.
It should have
Yeah, I see the tweet.
tweeted.
Twat.
I
Oh, no,
tweeted.
wait. It's a tweet.
Wait a minute. You can't. Wait a minute.
I didn't say that.
Twoted.
English is hard.
It is.
English is my second language.
It's my first language and it's still hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's pretty tough.
my first language is shitposting.
My first language is speak and spell.
Oh, it really is?
Speak and spell. I haven't seen one of those in years.
And then also the little. Do you remember those little VTech laptops?
Yes.
It's like a little big chunky piece of plastic, and then you could press buttons and little things would happen on it. Yeah,
Yes, I remember those.
those were high tech.
The only high-tech thing I had was,
What, your iPad? Since you're only
Yeah.
17 years old.
yeah, my iPad, and the best part is I put Temple Run on it, and it was just such a blast. All the kids look at me and go, come on, I want to play on your iPad Pro. Come on. I go, no, it's mine. Get your own.
That
This
sounds
is
like
my-
yeah, when I used to be in school and I'd bring my Game Boy Advance to school, and then
All the
And
kids
everyone
want to
tried
play.
Steal it.
they'd be like, "Can I play? Can I play? Can I play?" Yeah, it always felt like someone was gonna freaking steal it. Like it was always gonna be a scandal.
Well, that's when I had a, well, it wasn't my Game Boy Micro, but I was taking care of it. But, oh man, those were the days. You'd bring like your Pokemon game to school. All the other kids would be like, oh bro, I wish I had that. It's just like, okay, then ask mama for like Christmas or New Year's for it. I don't know.
Sky, do they have an issue with Pokemon cards at your school growing up?
No, but my grandparents did because they're like, oh, they're the devil. I have to. Mine actually got burned in the fireplace as a child.
Oh,
Whoa.
They're like, evolution's a sin. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that's what it is. That's what it was. Yeah, evolution.
oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And then Yu-Gi-Oh
So-
got it bad too. I think for the same, not
I
for
got-
evolution, but just because they're more.
I got my school's Yu-Gi-Oh thing banned personally.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Well, so what was happening? Oh, this is so bad. So I was playing with like a few kids, and I was playing one game with this one kid, and he was getting really, really over emotional, and I kind of knew he was, so I was bullying him a little bit, and like I was beating the crap out of him in our duel, and he was like screeching like so crazily. So then afterwards, after when I beat him, he started like throwing a temper tantrum, took people's Yu-Gi-Oh's cards and started tossing them all around the lunch area. And so one of the whatever they're called, the yard duty ladies, had to come over, seize him, and then like, yeah, the principal called me to the office about it, and I'm just like, hey, listen, like I was just trying to have fun. Like it sounds to me like you were bullying him, and I'm like, no, I wasn't.
I think you
And
were.
so I mean, see, the thing is,
I
it
missed ya.
wasn't like,
I
it
miss
wasn't like,
ya.
I miss you. Well, it's like, it wasn't like I was like, you know, pouring like milk on him or whatever and calling him like the milkman. It was more, it was
you
more
done that
like,
to someone?
it was just, you know, light teasing. And he was getting really upset and I couldn't help myself. Like, I just, it was like a taste. Like I had a taste of it, and I just wanted to see how far it could go.
Just wanted to keep teasing him.
Yeah, and then he got really upset, and he yeeted some kids' cards, and I was laughing so hard. And then the principal had the ban Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like this was bad. Like we had like a circle of him. Like he was going really upset about it when he lost. He's just a poor loser.
How the hell do you? I never played the game as a kid. I just whoever had better cards and people would just trade them. I don't think anyone like knew how to play the game properly.
Well,
in my
the
school.
meta back, from what I recall, the meta back when I was playing it, and this is like 5th, 6th grade, is if you had monster cards that you could summon that only had like 4 stars, you wouldn't have to sacrifice anything. So you would just like completely steamroll and beat the other person and just like down them. That's how I played. And eventually, it got to the point where it was so bare bones easy, and they didn't like change with any of these like ridiculous crap that I hear now. They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make them like they used to.
Oh no, I can sip to that.
What kind of kid were you at school, Sky?
I mean, other than getting in trouble for, not wearing, well, okay, so we had a dress code. I'm gonna preface this. We had a dress code, and I had to wear a skirt like a certain amount of days a week, and I hated it as a kid. So I'd get in trouble for wearing pants too many days a week, which is like the stupidest thing to get in trouble for.
You were sounding like a real badass in school then.
Yeah,
You're
look
a
at
real
that.
rebel.
Sky, it sounds like you had like a pompadour too.
Yeah.
A pompadour, really?
Got a delinquent going on over here.
Mine's a pro in school. I just got in trouble for wearing pants, which is just dumb.
So you're the type of person I'd find in the on top of the school building having lunch. Will you look outside of the other kids playing out there?
If I could have gone on the roof, I probably would have.
Having a tea party on the roof.
Rooftop. Yeah, tea parties with rooftop delinquents.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, I remember.
You were a bad kid, weren't you, Prince? I mean, you bullied those poor little kids.
He's a piece of S, that's for sure. He made teachers cry.
I actually did. I mean, not like cry, but like, there was one thing so there was a quiet period, right? Like I think I talked to Sensei about this. Like, you know how like after lunchtime, if your school had this, there'd be like silent reading time.
Oh yeah.
Like there was like a silent reading time that we had, and I got sent to the principal's office one time. Like we had the little so our behaviors were dictated by like color of cards. Like if you were green, you were in the clear. If you were like red, you got sent to the principal.
Oh, I remember those. And then there's like, it goes green, yellow, red, and like yellow, at least for us, like yellow, it's like you could talk in a whisper because you were being decent enough. And then red, it's like, nope, go straight to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would see the red card quite often. The thing is, it's like all my friends too in class, we would have these little games where we'd just egg each other on. It was the worst. Like we had silent reading time, I would just sit there and it's like, come on, just don't raspberry into your arm and make a loud fart noise right now. Just don't. And I'm like, my brain is telling me easy. And then I just immediately do it. And I just start laughing so hard. And one of the girls I had a crush on in there, she was like the really studious one. She just like look at me with like the grossest look ever, and I like give like a little wink and a smile. And then my teacher comes up to me and says, "You're so bright. Why do you have to be like this?" And then I got sent to the principal's office.
So this was in high school?
No, this was in
this was your senior year.
This was in elementary school. I don't know what you're talking about. I had another teacher that was like that. This was the 4th grade. We had that same system, and every single time we had silent reading time, my friends and I would make these little bets with each other, and we would see who can get in trouble the most. And so what I did is I drew some naughty things, because I also watched anime during this time because I was corrupted since I was young. I put it in my friend's cubby, and then I told the teacher on him, and then he got suspended. And then
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he got suspended, and then he's just like, "Oh, you did me so dirty." I'm like, "I'm gonna get you," and I'm just like, "Yeah, go on and try, buddy." But yeah, we had a good.
So Sky, how are you gonna top that delinquent story, Sky?
I was never that delinquent. I mean, we were kids and we did dumb things in school. Did y'all ever play Bloody Knuckles?
Yeah.
Yes,
With the
that was.
Yeah,
that was such a fun game.
Oh my God, we got it banned at school, but it was. Looking back, I'm like, why did we play that? It was just painful.
Whose knuckles did you destroy, Sky?
Yeah, who?
Tell us.
Plenty of people's. I was actually really good at it, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
No, that's a good thing.
Tell us your techniques.
I don't really remember. I just remember flicking it like as hard as I could with like the actual nail part, and it would just like fly into them. Maybe
Oh wait,
just
are you
kids were
talking about
really
the quarter
weak.
version?
Yeah.
Oh, we did it with like coins, so like nickels, quarters.
There was
like,
one
whatever.
variation we had where people would just straight up hit each other's knuckles with each other's knuckles.
Punch each other?
Basically.
Yeah, we.
Oh no, I didn't do that one.
So like in my school,
But I remember your variation too. Yeah, you get the quarter and you'd like fling it as hard as you could.
like I remember back in elementary school for me, so on the lunch yard, what was happening is we were doing that in the guys' bathroom. So we would go into groups, and I think this is when like all like the whole like spooky wooky like Bloody Mary stuff
Bloody
was
Mary.
going on. Yeah, so like we
So
would
y'all
go.
just be chilling in the bathroom in groups.
Yeah, we'd chill in the bathroom in groups, and then we'd start playing like Bloody
The hell?
Knuckles, and like whoever started like crying first had to get locked in there.
What's with your
That's
entourage
horrible.
hanging out in the bathroom?
Like, I mean, that was like the cool place to do. You'd go in there, and then whoever gets like spooked the most, you try to lock them in. It was like a truth. It's like a dare type of thing. And
in
then
the
like
bathroom.
yeah, the bathroom was spooky.
Yeah.
Like that's what we would do, and then we would do the Indian burn game.
Oh,
So the
yes.
worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
remember that.
Yeah, so the worst part is so like my brother was in like 6th grade during this time, and so him and his group of friends would like come over to me when I think we had like recess, or I think it was lunch, because like our like school system was like K through 8th grade, and so him and his friends would come over to where like I was like being a little turd with mine, and he'd be like, "Hey, you want to see this new game I played?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Hold out your arm." So I hold out my arm. And then he starts Indian burning me where my skin got like ripped.
Hell yeah.
And then all my other friends were like looking at me and like giggling. And I'm just like, oh, I'm going to get you so bad. But yeah, it was like we would play that, and that game got really popular. But I remember I got like 5 or so kids with it. It was so good. Like when you feel like the skin kind of like start getting really warm from it, you know you're doing a really good job. And then once you see kind of like that rashy effect, you've given them like a 5-star burger right there.
You're a fucking sadist.
I
wasn't a fan of that one, but I remember it. People would like go for each other's elbows, like they were brutal.
It was a bloodbath.
Hey, did people ever grab the skin on your elbow and say it was
Yes.
a weenus?
Yeah. I think like all kids do that even now.
Yeah, I think so. Like that stupid
Yeah.
Stussy S that everyone draws. It's like one of those things.
Oh, I remember that S.
Yeah.
Like everyone drew it. Like no one knew what it meant, but they just drew it anyways.
Yeah, people still don't know. And there's like
Like,
been
I-
articles written about it and shit now at this point. Yeah, they call it Superman S, and then like despite it not looking like a Superman at all, but people just said that.
Guess it's just because it's a big S.
Yeah.
See, I always just thought that it was like some like graffiti thing, because where I was, like I was in like an area where like,
Your inner city school.
yeah, my inner city school. I was in an area where it's just like I just thought it was like had something to do with like something like rap orientated or something, but I always thought it was just like, oh hey, is that like gang graffiti or
I
whatever?
thought so too. It kind of had like a graffiti look to it. You might think that, yeah.
Because like one of my schools, one of my elementary schools, one of the convenience stores that was like a few feet from us got robbed one week, and like gunshots were heard. So I thought like that S was like directly connected to them, but I guess it wasn't.
You wish.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little
That's
sad
funny.
about that. Yeah, don't question my upbringing, please. Sure no gang.
Sudan, what's that?
Cool
Sereno.
S.
Whatever VTuber Master Chef
A
said.
pepper?
Pepper?
Wait. What is this? Isn't there like a sereno pepper?
Yeah, there is. It's a type of pepper.
Ah, see.
Spanish for
Oh.
South.
Well,
no habla
VTuber Master
español.
Chef- Yeah, VTuber de donde está
Yeah, Le Persona de Pluma.
la persona de pluma,
Le Pluma de Persona.
the man of feathers.
The man of feathers. Very profound.
Incredibly profound speak.
Anyhow, now that we've warmed up a little bit, who is this person in the middle of the screen, Prince?
Why? I feel that is Sky, the Sweetest Candy VTuber here.
Hello, Sky. Introduce yourself.
Hi, Sensei and Prince. I'm Sky, and as Prince said, I'm pretty dang sweet. And I have a whole group of little cotton candy cuties that I get to hang out with every day.
The cotton candy cuties. I have seen you drawing those cotton candies.
I need to finish drawing them. There are so many I still need to draw.
Oh, did you do like a drop your PNG in or as I call it, ping? We're trying to get that widespread. Drop your ping.
Yeah, it was a drop your ping, and like 100 people commented.
Oh god, that's
It was
a feeling.
a bloodbath.
You really got to
Those
serve
are
the
good.
community sometimes, and you don't know what it entails until your 100 replies in.
Yeah, those drop your ping threads can be pretty monstrous.
Yeah.
They are. And so I have a lot more cotton candies to finish. I'll get through them
So-
eventually, though.
So I'm curious, Sky. What is your favorite type of cotton candy?
Blue. I
Blue?
don't actually know what flavor it is, but the blue ones. I always go for the blue cotton candy.
Wait,
Oh,
hold
yeah,
on.
blue-
Okay, there's you
No.
can people can get like elitist about anything, right? Is there like cotton candy elitism out there?
I mean, there's like name brand cotton candy, I guess.
That's what I mean. Is
but-
there like name brands and like good cotton candy versus like the county fair
Fluff and
cotton
stuff?
candy and that kind of stuff?
Oh, cotton candy from the county fair is like the best, especially when you get it fresh made and it's like just that little bit warm.
Oh,
Super
yes.
good.
It's where they take the little cone and you're watching them do it right in front of you. Oh, yeah, that stuff is
Like you just
amazing.
smell it. Oh, it's so good. And surprisingly, even cotton candy that like is like a day or so old, when it becomes like a hard nugget, it's also good. It's just a different type of cotton candy.
It's all like
Well, you-
crystallized and stuff.
Well, yeah, it's perfect because it turns into almost like a jawbreaker. So you just let it like kind of sit on your tongue and it just melts over
Yes.
time.
That's so good to do.
So what would you say your top 5 favorite sweets are, Sky? I know I'm number 1, but you don't have to, say it so
Oh,
blatantly.
goodness.
I mean, technically edible, but well, cotton candy is definitely up there. After that, probably cheesecake, macarons. I don't know if, well, would boba count as a sweet?
Yeah.
It's sweet.
You can eat it with a
Tapioca
fork
boba.
and knife.
Oh, who would eat it with a fork and a knife? That's a lot of
Um,
work. Like, I could see eating it with a spoon.
No comments.
Have you done it?
Maybe.
And then for a fifth one, maybe bubble gum, just because I enjoy it.
Do you get bubble
you-
yum
are-
with the duck on it?
The duck on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember.
Bubble yum.
So there's this one bubble gum. It was called Bubble Jug, which I haven't seen them in years.
Oh, it's in the jug.
literally
It's like
this
the powder.
jug. Yeah, it's powder. I used to love that, like the watermelon flavor, but I don't think it's a thing anymore.
So, oh man, speaking of like bubblegum flavor, like my top 3 bubblegum flavors, I don't know about you, like don't get me wrong, like I like mint flavors, but I'd probably have to say, at least for me personally, I'd probably have to say watermelon. I agree with you. Watermelon bubblegum hits differently. The second one I'd probably have to say would be artificial grape.
Yes, I do
And
like
the
artificial
third
grape.
one, the third one
Mostly
is
very
strawberry.
grapes.
Oh, what about Hubba Bubba the bubble tape?
Oh, I love bubble tape. It's so good.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
like when
It's
you
like
get
cotton candy bubble gum.
tired of it, you can just like roll it all up and just eat like a massive chunk of it.
Were any
Thanks.
Sky, were you the type of person to kind of take your bubblegum and put it in the back of your ear to save it for later? 'Cause-
Ew, no.
Yeah,
I could
that's
never
weird.
do that. I've seen people do it, and I'm like, ugh. It's just, that's a big nope. Like, I could just imagine it getting caught in my hair. Like, no. Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, like when you can't chew it in class or else you'd get in trouble. But like it's like a good flavor saver, and plus, the back of the ear keeps it well, and especially after you've chewed it a little bit, it kind of looks like skin. So the teachers would never be too wise to do that. I mean, I don't do it now, but I used to do it.
Hey, wait, Sky. Did you ever fall asleep chewing bubblegum?
Oh,
I don't. Actually, I don't know. Not that I can remember.
And then you had to cut all your hair off the next morning because it was all stuck in your hair.
Remember, I blew a bubble and it was windy, and I had like my hair go into the bubble.
oh.
But I didn't have to cut it out. We used peanut butter and ice, and it came out pretty well.
Have you ever had those accidental moments where you would like accidentally like swallow your gum?
I think everyone's done that.
Oh yeah.
And it's like the worst feeling, like especially as a kid, because for some reason, I feel like someone told me it was like if you swallowed it, it was toxic. So I was always worried I was gonna die or something. Like when people told you like the watermelon seeds would grow a watermelon in your stomach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that would really.
Did they have like
me.
a Rugrats episode about that myth?
I think they did.
And then they had to go like shrink down and get rid of it.
Yeah,
Man, kids' imaginations sure are crazy.
they are.
So you
A
brought
lot
up
of kid
cheese.
shows back then.
So I heard cheesecake on that list. What's your like go-to cheesecake? Do you have a cheesecake factory near you?
I do, and I love Cheesecake Factory.
I knew it. Alrighty, spit it out. What's your go-to?
Mm-hmm.
I'd go to, well, if it's seasonal, so I love the pumpkin cheesecake, so you can only get that part of the year. But they have a raspberry white chocolate that's really
I've
good.
had that. I've had that. The raspberry white chocolate at Cheesecake Factory is amazing.
It just hits right.
I haven't been
does.
in ages.
Oh, I know. It's good. It's real good. I think I would probably have to say if anybody wanted to like capture me like a little bug, Cinnabon Cheesecake Factory cheesecake hits differently.
I don't think I've tried that one. That sounds really good though.
It's crack, Sky.
Hey Sky, what do you think of cinnamon buns, cinnamon rolls?
I love them. Like
Because you know Prince is a big fan of Cinnabons.
Cinnabons are my favorite, especially like the little mini ones, and then you get like the extra tub of
Oh.
icing, and you dip them in there. Yes, like you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. I might have done that 2 weeks ago.
I do. I get them whenever I see them, but there's not one like close to me because it closed down. But I love getting the mini ones, especially when they're nice, hot, and fresh, and then the extra icing and just they're so good.
Then when you get to the center of it, you get to the center of the Cinnabon, and it has like that nice cinnamon sugar glaze in it, and you have
Yes.
the leftover frosting.
Leftover frosting. What are you talking about? I like
You know,
all the icing.
yeah, that's what. You have like the extra icing on the side. You know what I mean? And you dip that in there. Oh my God! Hold on. My diabetes is coming up right
Hey,
now.
wait, weren't you texting me a bunch once when you were like big on the Cinnabons and you were telling me about their nutritional value?
Yeah,
What was
I
the
still
deal with
believe in
that?
it.
Yeah, tell me the theory.
So, alrighty, okay. So, when we look at a calorie breakdown between the big Cinnabon and the medium ones, the mini bonds. So the thing is, what a lot of people don't know. So mini bonds are about 320 calories per bond, and with those 320 calories, you get at least 14 grams of protein, and you get around 30 to 32 grams of carbohydrates. So theoretically, if you are on a 1200 to maybe 1600 caloric deficit type of a diet, you can fit around 3 to 4 mini bonds in your diet, hit carbohydrates, and then you can eat whatever you want for the rest of the day. So you could literally cut weight off of them and have a good workout.
I like that you
Wow.
did the math on that.
I have issues.
Yeah, he really wants his mini Cinnabons. That's what it is.
They're worth it. Like
They are
they're
worth it.
every calorie.
So I've also noticed you had macaroons on there. Do you have anything in particular with them?
Wait,
Do you
can
have
we,
any-
Sky? Can you educate him on macarons versus macaroons? Because he always says it wrong.
I think it's just a preference on how you want to say it personally.
But there's the coconut things called macaroons.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I've heard them both ways, so I just kind of always take it as something
All
that
right,
people
maybe
say
I'm just
differently.
being touchy. Maybe I'm just being touchy. I think people are gonna think he's talking about those coconut things.
I think you should
See,
take
most-
that stick out of your butt.
Dude, I'm
But
just telling you,
see-
man. People are gonna look at you like you're some kind of peasant when they think you're talking about those coconut fritters or whatever they're called.
Macaroons?
Well, not many people know what
Macarenas?
those are.
Mm.
Like little lumps of coconut.
All right, just mark my words, Prince. One of these days. One of these days. But go on.
But they are great. I enjoy
Wait.
all of them.
So when you're going out and you're getting a macaroon, what do you usually have it with? Like, cause I personally will have I'll have either like a hojicha, a green tea, or like something crazy at my local David's tea that I like look on the shelf. Like what's Sky go to with like a macaroon? What flavor do you choose? And what's your go to?
Well, I really like the green tea ones, and then probably strawberry after that. Usually just like any type of just like sweet tea goes well with it. Have you ever had macaroons with ice cream in the center?
Yes, yes, I have.
Those are so good.
There's
it was like green tea and then chocolate. Oh, so good.
Oh my god. So I'd like to give an announcement. I have my finger on my Uber Eats right now from all this talk.
Oh my god.
So let's
Are you gonna order some?
There is a place by me that does sell macaroons.
Ooh.
And I do know where to get some decent green tea ice cream.
Both of those are good things, especially
Oh.
together.
Oh my god, yeah, they are.
See, I have some green tea ice cream in a little, I got it at the Korean grocery store. It's like a little fish with red bean paste and green tea ice cream inside. It's so good.
There's oh my that's a very specific Japanese dessert. It's
Don't remember what it's called.
It's taiyaki, I think.
Yeah, taiyaki.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought
taiyaki.
taiyaki were the hot ones that had like custard inside of it.
Well,
I believe.
wait,
it's
which one
the
are you
same.
say again? Which one you're asking about, Sky? Which one?
Oh, he's saying it's taiyaki, but I didn't know if that was specifically the hot ones.
It could
Because I
be
mean,
any.
it is fish shaped. Like
Yeah,
it's like a taiyaki. Well,
If it comes in the
I guess it'd
fish,
be a taiyaki.
then I think it's taiyaki.
Yeah, it's taiyaki.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if it had
Maybe.
a different name, but they're so good. Just yes, give them all to me.
Do you make in your own macaroons? Do you make them yourself?
I tried once and it went horribly. The
My-
dough is so finicky because you
Yeah,
have to use like almond flour, and it didn't go well.
my sister-in-law makes them, and it's taken her like, she can make them now, but it took her like a bazillion years to get them right. All the
Because they're
little-
super finicky. Because
Yeah.
like you have to dry them before you even bake them. Like there's a whole lot of steps to it.
And then you'll like really find out how accurate your oven is, because if it's not like at the right perfect temperatures at the right times and stuff when you're cooking them, you'll mess them up,
Yes.
and you'll
And then
find
you
out
also
that
have
your
to let
oven
them
doesn't
sit.
accurately display the time, and you'll have to put a thermometer inside your oven to figure it out. And I've heard all sorts of wacky methods, like people will leave the oven open slightly after it's cooked for this many minutes in order to make sure the right amount of heat escapes, and I don't know, it's a science.
I've seen that. They're just very finicky.
Mhm.
It's a very hard dessert to master.
I tried my hand at making them. It didn't end up so well. And then I realized the most important part about when you start doing more like advanced kind of baked goods, you kind of got to be baking is chemistry essentially. It's
Lots
yeah,
of measurement.
it's measurement, it's chemistry. Every single, it's like trying to make like acid and blow up the chemistry lab. It's like you got to do it just right to achieve that. Except you don't want to light your house on fire. You just want to make a sorted macaroon so you can have a delicious treat for yourself and loved ones later.
I hope you don't light your house on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
don't
right.
worry about it. Don't worry. I would never do something so crazy or kooky. I'm not that quirky.
You're kind of like a crazy mad scientist,
I could see you doing it and tweeting about it the whole time.
and then you go, hey sensei, I turned myself into a macaron.
I'm Macaroon Reinhard.
You'd make a pretty cute macaroon.
I know. What flavor do you think I'd be, Sky?
Blueberry?
Yeah, blueberry. With like some
Blueberry?
cream, and that would the white parts of your scarf and stuff would be the cream in the side.
Yeah. I could
So
see that.
I'd be berries and cream, huh?
Yep.
Alrighty. What type of drink would you have me with?
Blueberry tea.
Blueberry tea. I like it. VTuber Master Chef.
I am not a VorTuber, so I will not eat him even if he was a macaroon.
Four tubers. Oh my god.
Tweet out that. Why are you tweeting this? I'm like, I'm trying to discover
I
things.
don't know. It could be a powerful niche, being a VorTuber.
You definitely discovered some things with that tweet.
I did. I discovered two things. I discovered how many VTubers like to drink, and how many VTubers have hidden talents.
Hidden talents, huh?
Yep.
I didn't know Boar was a hidden talent.
It's a hidden talent that they don't want to quite tell everybody yet, but I'm sure you'll find on their 10th stream anniversary, they're gonna come out and be like, listen here, who wants to be eaten? And then we're gonna be going into the Renaissance period for VTubing.
I see.
It's all part of the stages, right? You just got to get there.
Everything changes so fast in the community. Like, it can be a day and everything's completely different by the time you get back to Twitter.
I know. Like, I always try to keep on top of the trends to see what's going on, just so I don't have to participate in them.
I thought you liked participating in everything.
He hates it. He's soon.
Yeah, I'm very tsundere about it. Like, I'll like see a trend and I'll just be like, oh my god, I gotta do something where I can just be a little shithead about it. Or there's like another trend, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll just do this for like a day.
There's some trends that I'm really glad are gone now.
Yeah,
like what?
The womb tattoos.
Oh my god. Like, those came up and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna mention that. Just, it'll go away on its own.
Yeah, I know the VTuber who made that trend. I think her name is Fuyuki.
Yeah.
She made a jar meme. She made the womb tattoo one, and I'm just like waiting. I'm like, all right, it seems like you're pulling these things off from something you're reading. I'm not gonna mention anything, but it almost feels like you're about 10 or 5 pages into something, and you're just like, hey, we're all an anime community. Why don't I just bring up something that has relevancy to it? And that's probably, and everybody else is like, I remember that page.
Well, Shield Hero had slave tattoos, which reminded me a bunch of the womb tattoos. So I feel like it may have had some inspiration from that.
Yes.
I feel like the trends that a VTuber comes up with are very reflective of their own hobbies and personalities, perhaps. Maybe that's what Prince was trying to hit at.
I can see that.
Yeah, perhaps they dabble into some certain dark areas
some
where
occult tattoo, high sex energy type literature. Yeah. I don't know.
You know. I mean, you look on websites and you see your favorite tags, and you just go, "Whoa, is that like a?"
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like you go, "Is that translated already? I can't wait to read it."
That's how you stay ahead, huh? You look at what the newest doujins are, huh?
I'm not going to say anything about my secrets, but that could be.
Wow.
I don't think you have any secrets.
I don't?
With how much you tweet.
An open
tell
book,
everyone everything. Yeah.
Dang, I've never heard that assertion of, can't think of the word, but that's a good take, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, at least everybody knows Prince Reinhardt then, I guess. So that means you just have to like scroll up and see whatever like 10 billion things I regurgitate out on Twitter. And you just go. Sometimes I feel like people will just be browsing it. I feel like you're like this guy. You're probably looking through your Twitter feed and you'll be like, I wonder what everybody's posting. Oh, okay. Prince said this again. Wait, okay, here's another from him. Where's everybody else on my Twitter feed? Does he not sleep?
Wait a minute, Prince. You're overlooking
what crazy stuff you've been doing.
Prince, you're falling for Skye's tricks. Let me tell you something, Prince.
What tricks? What tricks am I
She just accused you of being an open book, and you didn't even think to ask, how much do we actually know about Skye?
Oh, you're right.
And she got you to talk about yourself. Ooh, she's devious.
Yeah, she is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Skye, you're not supposed to use my billion power narcissism against me.
Yeah.
We got the SSS charisma.
I know.
So let me start. Oh yeah, go on, Prince. Finish your thought.
I was actually gonna go right into your thoughts right there. Yes. So finish this off then.
Pull my thoughts out of my head.
Yeah. So Skye. Tell us about a little bit yourself. Like, what got you into VTubing?
Damn, you really did take that thought right out of my head. Go on.
Yeah, so what got you into VTubing, and like, how do you like the community so far? What are some things that you've been able to really enjoy? Like, who do you like really interacting with? Like, just what's up?
Well, I've been wanting to start streaming for a while, but I always felt it'd be weird just to have my face on the screen all the time. And then I came across AI Candy first. And I just fell in love with the whole idea of it. And then I looked deeper into it and found the whole Twitter VTubing community. And then I kind of just dove right in. I've been enjoying it a lot. It's been so much fun just to, hang out with everyone and play games with everyone. I love doing collabs, even ridiculous ones. It's just been a lot of fun. I think the Twitter community is my favorite part, though, because we can just talk and interact and have fun with each other and just be ridiculous all together.
Wait, who would you mention in the beginning? AI Candy?
Yes.
Is that a person? Is that a tuber? Or is that a...
It is a VTuber.
Oh.
AI Candy, huh?
Is this your inspo?
She's the first one I came across, so I'd probably say so. She's also candy-based. So that may have had a little bit of an influence. Let me see if I can find her page real fast. She's super cutesy, so it definitely is like on brand with me.
So one thing I will say I have to notice is you do have a candy theme going on, and as soon as I saw kind of your character, I know a few things a little bit about J Fashion and the EGL community, and the first thing that I thought about this, I'm like, Sky's looking like a sweet Lolita with that design. Can you tell us a little bit? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of made you want to transfer your Lolita love from real life onto your character when you were designing her, and what really got you into Lolita itself?
Well, how did I get into Lolita? That's a good question. I think I saw it at anime conventions first, way back in high school. And then I just got interested in it and then started getting chords, and then, you go down that rabbit hole. But I just love Lolita so much that when I was making my persona for being a VTuber, I wanted to bring that over as well. And, I love sweet chords. I definitely love over the top sweet. So I was like, I might as well just go all in, go ham, and have a super adorable character.
Nice.
I think you've seen some of my chords though, Prince.
You have.
I posted a
sharing
few.
chords?
On my Twitter.
I've told Sky before that her chords are incredibly creative. You posted one with your antlers, and I've dabbled in a bit. I know a decent amount about the Lolita community and stuff, just because there's one nearby where I am. And one of the most interesting things I've seen is I haven't really seen anybody do anything like that, where they put antlers on and they kind of have a very foresty chord. I feel like that's incredibly creative, considering most other people will go either with a gothic Lolita, regular ones, or sweet Lolita. There's so many different types of categories. It gets a little ridiculous, which kind of leads me to ask you what are some of the most interesting chords you've seen, and where do you try to classify yourself among the whole chords?
I'd definitely say I fall into the sweet category with a lot of my chords. I'm actually gonna probably later today post one that is based off of Cotton Candy Shop by Angelic Pretty. It's very on brand, but I do a lot of sweet chords, and I love just doing over the top stuff, with Hanuli's Enchanted Forest is the name of the deer dress. Because I saw it and I got inspired. I was like, I want to do something really fun with this. I don't just want to, put on just another head bow with this. I was like, I'm gonna go all out, and I made that the headdress and veil myself to go with it, because I just wanted to go all out and have fun with it. There are a bunch of different subcategories and things too, but I definitely fall into sweet.
So that's your bread and butter then.
Yes, sweet's definitely my bread and butter.
So I now gotta ask. So I've been kind of waiting for a while. When are you gonna make your tea time collab with all the other Lolita VTubers who do stuff like that?
I need to talk with them, because I know was it Peppermint put a whole group of us together in a list. I just need to message everyone, because I think a tea time collab would be super fun, and I could actually make tea because I have so many different ones. Have some nice cotton candy tea.
Wait, I'm gonna put your chord on the screen.
Alrighty.
From tweeter.com.
I love Tweeter. And this picture is pre-COVID, so don't be freaked out by all the people without masks on.
Yeah, that's a really cute cord. That's really creative.
Thank you. I love deer, so I
Oh,
saw
like
it
the
and I was
deer
like, I
bag.
have to
I
have
just saw
this
the
dress.
deer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the antlers really do it. I like that.
Thank you. I definitely went all out with it, with the deer bag and the antlers, and it's just a bunch of fun.
Yeah, because I don't know a lot about this community like Prince does, but I've seen like little things here and there that he's linked to me sometimes, and this definitely looks like not like what I would expect, but if it's like part of the same, you know what I mean? Like it's like the creative kind of twisting
I
of
know
a
what you mean.
convention.
Like, you can play around with Lolita. I know there's like quote unquote rules for it, but I mean rules are made to be broken, and you sometimes just want to do fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely go even more over the top than that, just because it's so much fun to try new things and make fun little accessories like that.
You're hyping me up now, Sky.
You got to get your own cord game on.
Yeah,
I will just say this. I definitely will go as an OG IRL. I'll just say this much. My character reflects the actor behind Prince Reinhard. So
I can definitely see you in OG. It's definitely like suits you.
Oh yeah.
Especially like have... super princely type.
I know, especially. I mean, I claim to be a pragmatic prince because the whole funny thing, right, is that people ask, "What kind of prince are you?" I go, "I'm pragmatic. What are you talking about? Like, get out of here." So
I agree with that.
Yeah. So what would you say is? I know Angelic Pretty is a pretty expensive brand, and I know that there's some that even exceed that, and that's where like I kind of like lose track of like the top of the top. But how much like what was the biggest chords that you dropped on?
I definitely say Angelic Pretty, because I got the cat go round. I got the whole set. I posted a picture of that too, like a couple weeks ago.
I think I have that right here. Let me see.
Like, because I got it from Angelic Pretty. Yeah, the purple one. Like, I have the whole set. I have the necklace, the ring, the dress, the tights, the headband.
Oh, I love the color you did on that one.
Oh, I love purple. And just like, you know, cute lavenders and pastels. But that's definitely my probably most expensive cord, just because it's like top to bottom Angelic Pretty.
What about this one in the same tweet? This dark one?
My gothic one, that one actually wasn't that much because I made the skirt, I made the overskirt, and I made the veil that went with it.
Oh, you make your own stuff too?
Was your hair a wig or was it natural?
It's definitely a wig.
Okay.
I've wanted to do like a gray hair, but it just would take so much upkeep. But I do make some of my own stuff because I sew, but I mean, I don't have any fun prints or anything, so but I could do something fun for Halloween. Because that was actually for a Halloween high tea I went to.
Halloween high tea. What's the Lolita community like around your area? How often were you, like before pre-COVID and stuff, how often were you able to kind of go around, you know, hang out with your fellow Lolitas, have tea with them? What's the community like?
Meetups. My area is pretty big. So there's multiple meetups every month that you could go to. And so I'd go maybe once every month or once every other month before, you know, COVID happened. But it's a really good community and there's a bunch of people in it and there's always something going on. I mean, even during COVID, they've been doing some like online meetups with like book clubs and things like that just to keep us together.
Wow, that's a really supportive community. Holy.
You guys have a Discord?
I actually don't know.
Oh.
I know there's a Facebook group. But everyone's super nice in it and is willing to help you out and just kind of just wants everyone to be friends and be nice. It's great. Because I know sometimes people in the Lolita community can be kind of mean.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, well, that's not on brand. But I never experienced
they get like snobby
there.
about the brands and fashion and stuff.
I know how. Ooh, I know that
like,
dark side.
Like, ooh, she's wearing that kind of thing. Is that real?
Yeah. So like some people think like, because Angelic Pretty is like top tier along with a couple other brands. But there's also like indie brands. Like I like Cannoli a lot, but some people would be like, "Oh, you're wearing an indie brand," and it's just awful. But luckily, I haven't had to deal with that in my community.
Yeah, I've dabbled around the rabbit hole during to some of the dark parts of the Lolita community, And the only thing I can just say this much without trying to, like speak, 5 essays about it, it can get pretty cutthroat.
Definitely.
Whoa.
But
I kind of want to hear some essays.
Like, you wouldn't think it because it's just girls in cute dresses, but some of those girls can be like super like catty.
It's venomous. It's venomous. Like, it's like watching like a king cobra like latching onto your arm and just like putting its venom into you.
Wow. Is that true in your experience, Guy?
Well, like I was saying, my community has been very nice. I haven't like personally encountered that, but I've seen a lot of it online. But I mean, people are also meaner online sometimes because you don't have to look people in the face. But it's definitely a thing that happens.
Yeah, they're like internet tough guys, right? So say it to my face in IRL instead of online, punk.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see two Lolitas totally fleshed out in like their big outfits, and then like they just start duking it out.
I saw that at a con.
No, not argue, like this fist fight.
Oh, that would be fun to watch. I'd actually make pay-per-view and start like selling fighting tickets.
They start ripping each other's clothes, and they're like, "That took me
I don't think they would do that.
And then they start.
Like, if you start tearing clothes, like, people will throw down at that point just because of how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Like, if someone like tore my dress, I'd be like seeing red at that point.
It's like, that was $250, bitch. Do you
Boom.
understand? Like, I'm gonna start throwing these hands right down your little pretty little eyes.
That's
and you just
what umbrellas are for.
I was gonna say, like, someone smacks someone with an umbrella, or like.
Yeah, I can see that. It'd be a good weapon.
Hit off their little hat.
Get the big Lolita shoes and bah.
Yeah.
So everybody, we have our new Lolita fighting game simulator coming out 2022. Look for it.
Oh man, that's a good idea.
I could actually see that being a thing too.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Like each character is an archetype of a Lolita in the community.
Oh, that'd be really good. Like different subtypes.
Yeah.
Like sweet and gothic Lolita, pirate Lolita.
Do you say pirate?
Regular. Yeah.
Yeah, there's pirate Lolita.
Lolitas?
There's also there's I think another funny subtype I saw were clown Lolitas.
Oh, I don't like clown Lolitas, but I've seen plenty of them.
They're very interesting.
I'm into this pirate Lolita. I could dig this.
Pirate Lolitas. What else? There's steampunk Lolitas. Those are fun.
The steampunk Lolita community is pretty popular from what I've seen.
It is.
And I know that there's also I know that there's regular Itas who are like at the kind of like the line where they're like, do I really want to cross into and choose my own genre, or do I not want to? And it's just like they're so unsure of themselves.
I mean, you don't have to just pick one anyways. Like, I do a lot of sweet, but I mean, I've done gothic too. I think that's one thing that stops a lot of people is they're like, oh, well, I have to have all the same type of dress. And it's like, no. I mean, it makes it easier to like, make different chords, but you can have fun and do a little bit of everything if you really want to.
The other cute thing that I noticed that like a lot of Lolitas like to do is they have like their own types of nicknames. Like you have like Milky Tea or whatever. They have like these like really like cutesy wootsy names for themselves. And that's the one thing that I always found pretty eccentric about the Lolita community is like you're like, oh, like who's that? Oh, that's like Rosy Cheeks over there, and that's her new chord she's showing.
Yeah, some people will make their own, I guess, Lolita personas. I haven't personally understood that part.
Well, what would your Lolita name be, Sky, if you had to be extra like that? If you can think off the top.
It'd have to be something ridiculous, just like, I don't even know.
Candy Mammy?
Probably. It'd have to do with sweets.
Hold on, I think
like sweet lashes, sweet cheeks.
Sweet cheeks. Sweet cheeks, the Lolita.
Yep, I think that would be me.
Hold on, I didn't care much about Lolita before, but now I'm looking at pirate Lolitas, and then as Index said, military ones. I'm googling right now.
Oh yeah, there's
I'm
sailor
starting to feel
Lolitas
things.
too.
Starting to feel new things.
Welcome to the J Fashion and EGL community, Sensei.
God.
Enjoy your stay.
Oh no.
It's a rabbit hole, but it's wonderful.
So for people in our chat that are looking to start off with like Lolita, what are some tips you'd like to give them?
I'd say getting some like very basic things, like getting a good shirt that you can like change around with different things, like a white one or a black one, rather than going for some like crazy color or crazy patterned one. And Lace Market, I like it a lot. It's a website that's actually secondhand Lolita. So you could get like really expensive dresses for a lot less that have only been worn maybe 1 or 2 times. Some people even sell them like unworn. So I'd say that's some really good tips, just because you don't have to buy it brand new, and you can even get it at a discount. And don't focus on brands too much, focus on what you like.
I feel like you figure out what you like, and then later on down the line, you could then find a brand that fits that aesthetic or something.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, because I started out wearing more basic things, and I have a few angelic pretty dresses now, but I know I want to be part of the community, and I'm invested in getting them and wearing them, because like I'll wear them to meets, and I've even worn them just like to go have dinner or just to go hang out somewhere. So it's
a lifestyle.
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't wear it to work, but I mean, I'll go out to eat in it or just like go to the park in it. I mean, it's just fun to wear. I mean, you don't need an excuse to wear a cute frilly dress.
No, to be honest, you don't need any excuses to do that.
I mean,
I think more people should do it.
I agree. You just have to be prepared for some stairs.
Oh yeah, stairs in those shoes, walking up there, and then getting a little bit blisters by the end of the day, and then just making sure like when you hit your like high tea or your tea party, like none of your cords have fallen off a little bit. See if you don't need to adjust anything.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of adjustments, especially with wigs.
Yeah, I've been around my con time, and I've seen a lot of. I've seen the con kit, especially when a lot of the Lolitas are gathering up together and they have like a panel for tea parties and stuff, where they have to like go adjust. And I just see them like in the corner, and you know, I'm not gonna say anything, but I like looked in their direction. Like I could hear like the like noises like this, where they're just like.
Wait, explain what that is again.
I know.
You know, it's like, you know, they're walking around in the heat, right? And it's just like, you know, they're sweating a little bit, and they just make these noises. They just go, and like you look at them, try to talk them for a picture, and they go.
There's so many layers. Like, you've got, usually I'll have like on some type of like bloomers or shorts, and then you have sometimes an underskirt, and then you have your petticoat, and then your actual dress, sometimes an overskirt over that. Then you've got your top, and then you sometimes have a jacket too. Like it's a whole ordeal sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Where does it come from, really? What are its roots? Is it like, so it's kind of like Victorian? It's kind of like.
So Lolita's a Japanese fashion that actually started, I want to say around the 90s, if I'm correct. And it was pretty much women were rebelling against what they were expected to be. So they took inspiration from like Renaissance era French, Rococo, and they just started wearing really frilly dresses, kind of as a big like screw you to society.
Okay.
So it's a very like feminist-based fashion, which is very interesting and has a lot of history.
The queen of it right now, I believe, it's very popular in Harajuku, and the queen, from what my understanding is, when I went down the rabbit hole, I believe it's Misako Aoki.
I know who you're talking about. I'd agree.
Yeah, she's the undisputed queen of Lolita.
Wait, hold on. I'm still deep in the hole over here.
Oh, Sensei is getting real deep in it, huh? Oof. But yeah.
I'm glad we could drag you into this hole with us.
Yeah, welcome. So I think what's what to be said is that it's definitely, from my understanding, when I've known about it for like a long time. I know that it got really popular in Harajuku, and then along with like Visual Kei, a lot of the other like J Fashion, it kind of came over to the West through like LiveJournal. There's actually some LiveJournals you can see from way back in like the early 2000s where people were like planning out their chords, and before it really got big. And then now we have, you know, Lolitas with their own nicknames or whatever, like we've talked about. And why do you think people look up to Misako so much?
Well, I think everyone kind of needs someone to look up to, and she just kind of goes all out and just does her own thing, which, like I said, Lolita's such like a feminist-based thing that having someone who's a good role model, people want to look towards them and want to follow in their footsteps in a way. But I definitely agree, like LiveJournal was such a big thing for the Lolita community. And it's kind of transferred a bit to like Twitter and Facebook a little bit, but it's also not the same as it was back in the LiveJournal days.
Wait, who's this?
No, not at all.
What's your name?
Misako Aoki.
Okay.
Like another pretty interesting thing that I've at least seen about the about it as well. If you've seen that documentary with Milky Fawn, right?
I've seen clips from it.
I thought it was pretty hilarious. Like it's obviously taking Lolita stereotypes and putting them in like the animal kingdom and seeing like, so here's like the head girl, and you know, her Discord community is going nuts right now. Hurry, get out the knives. Shades being thrown in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was loving every bit of it. It was obviously exaggerated, but it was pretty cute.
It was. I mean, they took some, you know, some basics from Lolita and some just kind of memes from it and just made it like over the top.
So that brings my next question, Sky. So, what type of games do you like streaming?
I like a variety of games, but it goes against how I look completely. But I love horror games a lot.
I've noticed that you're playing Higurashi, you're playing Alien Isolation, you're playing, I don't know. I think those are the only ones I remember.
I played Blair Witch too recently.
Which it was the newer one, right?
It's the new game. I don't know if there's an old game, but
there's an old trilogy
came out recently.
Of Blair Witch.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like this this old school, like I think 2006-7 like trilogy for them, and they kind of play pretty badly, but yeah.
Well, I played the new one. I finished it in like just a little over 5 hours.
Wait, this game does look pretty spooky.
It was. I got lost in the woods, which was the worst part, and just get so turned around, and some jump scares got me pretty bad.
So I'm guessing you've seen the original Blair Witch. Did you see the one that came out, I think, back in 2016?
I've only seen the original movie. I know that there was a remake, but I didn't watch it.
The remake is okay. It's pretty much like the original, but it's more so like they tried to put cell phones in the mix of it. I mean, if you want to watch it, I think.
Oh, you're talking about the one with like the drone and all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they tried to make it more modern.
Yeah,
I think they had a lot of good stuff they could have done, and then they just didn't do it well.
Well, I'm just gonna spoil it. There's like one scene where I thought was actually pretty clever. Is when they're in like they get into a house, right? The same thing where the original cast members got killed off in, and they have one scene where one of the main female characters, she goes through like this basement area, and she gets like thrown in like these little like cavern. It's like so claustrophobic. And you're just wondering if something's about to grab her from the back and like chase her, and then she ends up in another place. That scene was very well done. Even I was like watching it. Normally, like when I watch horror movies or anything, I don't really
I vaguely remember. Wait, what?
That definitely sounds like what happened at the end of the new game.
Yep, that's exactly it. They pulled it from the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually one who, like, if I watch horror movies with anybody, I don't really like bat an eye or anything. I just like watch and go, oh, okay.
See, I like horror movies. I mean, I'll get scared sometimes, but like I don't like ghost ones. Ghost ones can just go hide in a corner, but
in a good way or a bad way? Like you don't like them?
Bad way. I don't like them just because you can't see it. So like you don't know where it is or what's going on with it. I'd rather have like a physical being as the center of the horror.
I feel like
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think the thing with a lot of ghost horror movies is they rely on jump scares way too much. jump scares are such a cheap little like thrill maker, and it's just like come on, enough of this. Like, make some creepy shit happen.
I agree.
Wait, what about you play Phasmo then yet?
I've played Phasmo. Like, it's fun to play, and I mean, you can sort of see the ghosts. I mean, at least it has like a reason behind it, rather than just like Prince was saying, it just pops up out of nowhere.
So does that mean you're more into like slasher murderers than ghost creepy stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
I definitely say yeah.
Okay.
What's Sky's go-to for those?
So it's not scary, but I love the old Halloween movies. They're like so bad, it's hilarious.
But they're good.
They are. It's just really funny watching them. And then I also like a lot of like old like black and white B horror films. Like them with the giant ants. Like, it's just ridiculous and I love it.
When are we gonna have a movie time with Sky where you stream the Human Centipede?
I don't think I'd want to stream Human Centipede. No. That one was a bit gross. But I definitely could do a horror night. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I want to watch this one called Nail Gun Massacre. Have you heard of that?
Nail Gun.
What?
Nail
no,
Gun
I haven't.
Massacre.
Yeah. The Tool, a nail gun?
Yeah, like this dude just goes around with a nail gun and pops people.
I haven't heard of that one. It looks ridiculous though. Like, that's the kind of like B horror that like is my jam.
Looks very B horror, and he's just got a motorcycle helmet and like a nail gun and the CO2 tank, whatever the hell it is, on his back. And he just goes around and nail guns people. And there's like a lot of stupid puns in the movie.
Oh, I love puns. Definitely my jam.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you on the Halloween series being pretty campy and fun. Like, the thing that drives me the craziest, and I think this is just what I love about them, it's like you have your main characters, like especially with like Jamie Lee Curtis's character in the Halloween series. Like, you have these moments where it's just like, I'm sure if any of us were in that situation, you would like run your ass out of town, or like just go to the police and be like, hey, listen, there's a kind of a guy in a white a William Shatner mask kind of stalking me. And I'm like in these situations where it's just like, why do you make these decisions? Why are you doing this?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it drives you crazy, but that's part of the campy and fun about it, where it's just like you get frustrated in the movie, but it's like a good kind of frustration, where common sense doesn't need to be put in there.
Like in the Scream movies. They're just
yes.
They're so campy. I love them.
Rest in peace, Wes Craven. So it seems like we got some horror movies, some horror games. So you've been streaming Higurashi for a bit. What do you like about it so far?
I like the lore behind it. That's one of the reasons I like horror so much. It's just not unlike other games. It's just there's always a lot that's just like under the radar that you have to like dig into and find. I just like that story aspect of it. I think that's one reason I like horror so much, is because it feels like, especially in Higurashi, there's all this stuff going on in the background that as you play it, you learn more and more and more. Because I'm only on chapter 2 right now, and it's super confusing because at the end of chapter 1, like, people were dead and things happened, and then chapter 2 starts and everyone's alive again and no one has any recollection of what happened.
I vaguely remember the lore, but not that much.
Oh, I know the Higurashi story very well.
So it's just interesting because you get to like find out little nuggets here and there and learn more as you go along. It's just a lot of fun, even if it's a little bloody.
So who are some of your favorite characters you got going? Who would you say are your top 2?
In Higurashi?
Yep.
Rina's adorable. Like, I love Rina. Like, she's probably my favorite. Definitely my favorite.
Is she the main one with the brown hair?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Wait, no?
Yes.
She has brown hair.
Oh, yes.
She's definitely the best girl. A second character. I don't know, because like they all have their own individual personalities. That one's hard.
Wait, so you've never watched the anime but only just played the visual novel?
I watched the anime like years ago, and I don't remember everything that happened.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of the same. I just like don't really remember how or why.
I plan to go. Yeah, I plan to go back to it eventually, but I wanted to play through the games first.
Gotcha.
I would go full on like meme spoiler territory with Higurashi because I played the original VNs from back in the day, back when it was Rio7 who did the art for it rather than they did all this updated stuff.
Oh, I don't have the updated stuff, I don't think, because there's a mod that I could use to get that, and then also the voice acting. But I was like, nah, I just wanted to like do it how it was, you know, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what's actually pretty interesting is Higurashi. I'm sure you probably know this, but it was the town of Hinamazawa was based off of a real life town in a rural area of Japan.
Yes, someone in my stream said that last time I was playing. Oh, I forgot the name of the town. I looked it up. It actually they have statues of the characters there, like in the center of town now.
Yeah, and they have a little prayer placard you can put in there, and they have one for just normal prayers, and they have one for the cast, where you can just draw like maybe Rika doing like a Nipa or something, you know, if you really want to be extra.
That's super cute.
I may or may not have accolations and dreams to want to go and do that.
That'd be a lot of fun. I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Aspirations and dreams.
English is hard, same difference.
Yeah.
Accolations, sensei.
Have you been to Japan, Sky?
No, I want to go someday. I haven't left the States, which kind of sucks, but eventually I will.
So I actually want to have a really funny thing is, so way back when we were all VTuber babies, Sensei did a Among Us collab with Sky, and there's a little funny banter back between the two of them. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. And Sensei's bum has been roasted the entire time. Sensei, would you like to tell the class what's been going on lately?
I hurt your fifis.
Yeah. So basically, okay, I think first what happened, I was right about someone ejecting someone, and everyone was like, oh dang, that was like a really good play, like you figured him out. And I was like, good. And then the next round started, and then my feelings were hurt by a certain VTuber, my fifis, because they voted me out in like a previous round or something. So when I came back telling everybody it's Sky, I 100% know it's Sky. I'm completely certain it's Sky. And then they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I was right before, just trust me. And they said, all right, we'll trust him. And then they ejected her, and it wasn't her. And it was really funny.
Just because I voted for you. You were pretty sus, though. Like, you have to admit that.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. And I was the one who ended up dying anyways.
So what's your strategy with Among Us, Sky? Like when you go into like an Among Us collab, like how do you go about it? Like what do you like to do? What's the strategy for you?
Well, I've only
whether you're crewmate and imposter.
Well, with crewmate, I will always leave that dang card reader task for last, because that is my worst task. And I will spend like a good 10 minutes trying to swipe that dang card. And then everyone's like, it shouldn't take that long. It's like, yeah, I'm just bad at it. With imposter, I haven't been able to be imposter a lot. I have learned that like at the beginning of certain maps, there's like one task where everyone's like right on top of each other all at the same time. That's a great time to kill someone because everyone's there and everyone's in the stack.
The good stack
and
kill.
You don't even see the body till like enough people move away. So like that's a pro move right there.
Yeah, I've been in some games with very savvy people, and they're all like, "No stack kill, get away, stack kill." Oh god, you guys.
So say if you were if somebody's sussing you and you're the imposter, like what are you the type of person to kind of stay quiet, or are you the type of person to kind of like defend yourself and then kind of like throw it back on them? Like say we go for those emergency meetings or whatever. What do you like to do about that?
I mean, I'll try and defend myself. It just really depends on what's going on. Because a lot of times people start talking over each other, so you can't really even get a word in edgewise, and then it just ends up going to like a skip. That's the best situation.
My favorite thing in the world is when someone calls an emergency meeting or someone reports a body, and then two people who are completely unrelated to whoever died or whoever called it start arguing with each other, and you just sit there the entire time and let them argue. And it's usually I'm the one, if I'm not the imposter, then I'm the one who steps in and goes, Does anyone want to ask why the meeting was called in the first place? And then they're all, oh yeah, I forgot.
Because I'm the one
that.
who made the meeting.
Yeah, usually you.
Yeah, I'll just let people like talk and have at it and like fight with each other. Like I'll remain quiet unless like I have to talk.
So who would you be more likely to eject round 1 between Sensei or I, and why?
Oh, that's a hard one. Probably
How about this?
You, Prince.
How about this?
Me?
You're more sus. Like I could definitely be, like backstabbing
Here,
everyone.
I'll tell you exactly how it goes down. So the match begins. It's been 5 seconds. Emergency meeting is called. Prince is called the meeting, and Prince says, "Sensei just vented." That's all you have to go off on. Do you believe him and eject Sensei, or what do you do?
I mean, that early into the round, it doesn't really. I don't know why someone would vent that early in the round.
What if they made a mistake?
I feel like a lot of people would just go ahead and shoot you out. And I mean, worst case, if like everyone's doing it, I'd either end up skipping or voting for you, Sensei. So you know you're not on anyone's bad side at that point.
The mob mentality.
Yeah, which sucks, but like if you don't vote for someone in that type of situation and everyone's saying they're gonna vote for them, then you put yourself in a bad spot and you put like a big red X over your face.
Interesting. I would call them all idiots and say there's no way you guys are all idiots, and then I would skip vote. Maybe. No, I'd vote for Prince.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't blame you. That triple S rank charisma I got going for me really knows how to get a mob going.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you this, guy. When I play like Among Us with not new people, I'm usually the first one ejected out if I'm not even a crewmate. So it really makes me feel sad.
Why is that? Because does no one trust you, Prince?
No, they don't. Even though I'm usually right. If I'm a crewmate, I usually get I know who like one out of the 2 imposters are early, and or what I do is, because I don't shut up, I'll have like the imposter like target me personally just so I don't talk during meetings. So I'm always I don't know. I always feel like I got a bullet on my back. You know, everybody's just out to get me in Among Us collabs. Yeah,
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah, I feel, you know, I'm dainty, you know, just quit bullying me.
See, when I play Among Us, I've done a few collabs with Index, and Index will always get voted out too, just because she'll go and stab everyone and anyone. And even admits it in chat, so it's like, oh, well, you're super sus.
That seems consistent with her character, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
She's kind of like the Baka that tries really hard, and then just goes, dang it, I goofed. Well, you know what? Sorry. Enjoy space. It's really cold out there. Hope you bring your coat.
I always just feel bad because I have the little crewmates with me, so anytime I die, one of them gets left behind as an orphan.
I know, it's sad.
It's so sad.
See, I just I like putting on my hibiscus flower, and I really get into a diva. I turn into a straight up diva during some rounds.
I need to play Among Us with you.
Well, I mean, hey, we have something planned.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to see
hint.
Should we talk about it?
We
can talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for everybody in the chat, Sky, myself, and a few other VTubers, I've kind of assembled a group of chaotic and some very mild-mannered VTubers that we're going to be having a Among Us drinking game. And you have yours truly, Sensei, Sky, Star, Nibbles, and we have some others that I'm like currently going through job applicants for, and hopefully we're trying to plan for next Friday. And basically it's going to get really, really crazy because I also have a set of questions I'm going to be giving people through DMs that we're going to be doing drinking games off of that. So the amount of chaotic things that could be happening are ridiculous. Oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be fun. There's going to be some questions I'm going to be giving you where you got to follow the directions, and it's going to be kind of hilarious.
So like a task?
Yeah, so like an outside task, right? Like I'm not using this question, but let's just say this, like eject so-and-so out round 1, regardless if you are a crewmate or imposter. And if you fail before the round is over, take an entire swig.
That's pretty awesome. I'm into that.
Yeah, so I have an entire like whole like gaming questions that I have that I'm going to be doing. And then there will be other questions too, like tweet at this VTuber while you're in the middle of the collab, or like tweet out at this person with your drink, cheers them or whatever. So I have some things planned for it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, so what games do you personally like to be in collabs with, Sky? Like what do you like?
I mean, I like a variety of different types of games. I mean, I've done collabs with Phasmophobia and Minecraft and Among Us. I think those are the only game collabs I've done so far, though.
Who's your Phasmo team?
Satan Senpai. And who else played with us? I don't even remember who played with us, because I've played with Satan Senpai like probably 4 or 5 times at this point, with different people every time. I wasn't very good any of the times, but it was still fun.
That's okay. Phasmo's just like one of those types of games where it's like you either go super serious into ghost hunting, or you end up kind of all right, well, let's find a way to start griefing our teammates and like making them like walk circles everywhere.
Yeah.
I just remember we would just like always try and piss off the ghost as much as we can.
Yeah, the ghost.
And then someone would end up dead.
For some reason, when I play Phasmo, the ghost always goes after me first. But the last game I played with Sensei last night, it was going after him the entire time. So I felt,
no way, that one walked right through me to kill you.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what I do.
I got eaten by the ghost like 4 or 5 times total.
They just want your cookies.
Yeah.
I find myself dying the most though when at least I consistently. I don't know what I do to the ghosts, but for some reason they always have to go after me first. But it's funny because it's like you have like your different ghost types, right? I find that the little midget ghosts like to go after Sensei the most.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know
the kid ghosts.
Oh,
I think it's because I think what happens is I think they were formerly Sensei's students, and Sensei gave them like an F on a test just for kicks.
No, it's because I wrote their name on the board and I kept writing it over and over.
So that's kind of like what I get on it.
I think
so.
Naughty children.
Oh yeah, we make up little games in there too. Like I'll say like, hey, someone go hide the glow stick in the house, and then me and Prince will have a contest with no flashlights to see who can find it first. And then this is after we've like pissed off the ghost a lot.
Oh, that would definitely end up in you getting killed.
Yeah.
I usually will die like at least once per stream. So sometimes I make it out alive, but not all the time.
Yeah, it's well, like the worst part is at least when I play and like I'm trying to be kind of like a rascal. I have like one of these harpies like following me around, and I'm just like, come on, just stop following me. Like I'm trying to work my magic right now. Like I can't set anything up funny if like you're gonna just follow me around and go, hey, where's the ghost at? I was trying to do that in my stream last night. I was a little tired too, and I found myself like getting killed instead of like setting up for something really funny, so ruined my plot.
Wait,
have you tried taking selfies with them?
Ooh.
I tried that. I tried throwing voodoo dolls at the ghost last night to defend myself.
Yeah.
Is that what those are for?
That didn't work. Really.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it didn't work too well. I died.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
We got a pretty good picture of it.
Nice.
Wait, Sky, I might be totally wrong or totally right here, but Dead by Daylight, is that a game you'd play?
I love Dead by Daylight.
I knew it.
I've played it mostly on the PlayStation though, and I don't have a capture card yet, so I wouldn't be able to like bring over like any of my characters or killers. I have Claudette. She's fully prestiged like 3 times.
I actually don't know any what that means. I haven't really seen the game much, but what I've seen though, I was like, this looks like from what Sky's told me about herself just today. I think
this is gonna sound really bad, but I would totally buy it just so I can play as the Silent Hill characters.
I have Pyramid Head.
Yeah, I want to play as
a lot of fun.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'd buy it for that, for Pyramid Head.
So that's gonna ask me. So Sky, when are you gonna do Silent Hills 1 through 3 on stream?
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing them. I've played most of the Silent Hills. I don't think I've played 1 though, but I remember 2 was really clunky when I played it. I'd enjoy playing them again.
Two's kind of clunky, but I feel like the story outweighs the gameplay just because I think it's so.
Is that the one with James?
Yeah, it's with James.
I played the crappy remake that everyone hated.
I didn't play the remake. I played the original one, but it would glitch so badly. Like my flashlight ended up making me like a lighthouse, so it made the game like 90% less scary because I couldn't get it to go back to normal after that.
That's a whole mood right there. But yeah, that's perfect. I'm glad that you agree that you're going to be doing a Silent Hill 1 through 3. Perfect.
I mean, I played through all of them, except I wouldn't play the newest one in VR just because I tried that already and it didn't go very well.
Did you get really scared by it?
Well, in some parts, because there's some jump scares, especially at the beginning. And it's just like, there's a zombie, like, right in my face, in the waterway. How about we don't? Because that's how I originally played it. Like, I started playing it in VR. Then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to finish this in VR. So I switched to the regular way.
So you have VR.
Yeah.
So you have, wow.
Yeah, I have it for PlayStation, and then I recently got the Quest 2, which I need to figure out how to get that set up with Steam and all that.
Is that the one that uses your computer, or is it like all contained within the headset?
Well,
kind of thing?
the Quest 2 is all inside the headset. Like, I don't even have to have it plugged into anything.
Is that the
technically.
newest one? Or
Yes.
okay, that's the one producer wanted us to buy, Prince.
Oh yeah, so we can have a happy, fun adventure.
Yeah. Private VR chat room adventures late at night.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't
the door
wait to
closed.
Dude, the best part about this is I already know what my character is gonna look like. It's gonna be the burnt out Knuckles Ugandan meme from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And then I'm gonna ask you if you know the way.
I'll straight up just be Big
would.
Chungus and then just be myself.
Perfect.
That's so funny. I have a giant lava lamp. It's like 2 or 3 feet tall, and I call it Big Chungus.
Big Chungus.
Wait, you're
It's
talking
like
IRL?
no, in real life. Yeah, I'll take a picture after this, and I'll fleet it,
Send us.
and I'll just be like Big Chungus.
Uh-oh. Producers in the chat. He hears
Hi,
us
producer.
talking smack.
Hi there.
Producer, you gonna buy us those Oculus? Or
Perfect. I
Quest or
can't
whatever?
You
wait.
summoned him.
Quest 2.
It's pretty nice. I just need to figure out how to get it, because you can connect it to Steam, but like you do it like this weird backwards way. But I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Is there any games that you've played where it's like completely like freaked you out? Like, is there like, any video games that you know where it's like you play it where it's like you get kind of that anxiety and you're just like apprehensive about going forward in it, and you're
Don't
just
want to
like,
turn it on again.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's like a good game. Like, that's this thing. It's like a good, scary type of game.
There's, oh shoot, what is it called? The Inpatient on PlayStation. It's a VR game, and I started playing it, and I didn't finish it because at the time I was in an apartment and I shared walls, and I startled my neighbors so badly that they called the police one time.
Oh my god.
Because I was screaming really bad because I like got so scared. So I haven't finished it yet because the game just like switches and changes around, and like you're an inpatient in like a psychiatric hospital, and it's just like
God.
wild.
Do you like hallucinate and stuff?
Time change it. I'd say yeah, you do hallucinate because like you'll
you
have
can't tell
time
what's
skips and yeah, definitely. Like you could look at like a person in a wheelchair, look away and look back, and it's like the person's like a demon now. Like it's wild.
Oh, gross.
So
That sounds like what my
definitely say
normal
that
vision
game.
looks like.
I definitely say it's a game that freaked me out. It's a good game, and I want to finish it, but I just hadn't been able to yet.
Would you ever play any of the Clock Tower series?
Clock Tower? That sounds familiar, but I don't think I have.
Oh yeah, they're a point and click
Is that the
kind
one
of
with
game.
is that the one with the kid with scissors?
Yeah, the midget's chasing
Am I
after you.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm a little familiar with it. I'm gonna Google it. Game.
I feel like that game would be right up your alley, Sky. You should play it.
Yeah. Well, see, I love horror games. There's this very obscure game called Rule of Rose.
Yes,
that
I've heard
I wanna
about Rule.
play
Yes.
again, 'cause I
Rule
got
of Rose,
stuck.
Haunting Ground.
I have Rule of Rose, like a physical copy of it, and I just got stuck somewhere random. Like, it's in a place where like I can't continue on because I get killed immediately. But it's very over the top horror. Like, it's also very. What's
The
that?
story's
Children's
very
book.
gruesome behind
It
it.
is. It reminds me of what's that? Oh, there's a book I had to read in school that was about all these children that were on a deserted island.
What,
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies, yeah.
Yeah, it has like a lot of Lord of the Flies feel because they're like children who are left alone to have like their own rules made, and they go all in, and it's crazy.
Looks twisted
And, like,
from
they
the
kill
Google
people.
images I keep seeing.
Oh yes, Misty the Mermaid Boss. I'd gotten that far. It was, whew, she was something.
Ew. I Googled
Yeah,
it.
Rule of
Yeah.
Roses are one of those Japanese horror games where it's just like, it was from the PS2 era when you had a lot of experimental type of games that come out. Like, the game story itself is fantastic. The gameplay could use a little bit of work, but you're not exactly kind of playing it to enjoy the gameplay. You're just really on your seat trying to figure out like what's going on with the actual game.
See, that's why I like horror, because of like the lore and story behind it. That's a very good example of that.
Like I brought this up before, but Haunting Ground is like another one where Haunting Ground actually gets really kind of morbid, like especially with some of the routes that you can go down.
See, I've seen it, but I didn't have it, so I'd never played it.
You play as a blonde Jill Valentine, and you try to escape this person from impregnating you.
Whoa.
That's the
Oh
story.
my, that's a story.
Yep.
Well, that's certainly something. I remember the character and her dog.
Yeah, those are like some of the obscure. It's not really obscure, I'm not gonna say, but it's definitely like one of those horror games where it's like when you're kind of like you're like looking for like a list, like, oh, this would be fun to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
I
say
probably
it's kind of obscure. Like, it's not like, mainstream.
Hidden
Oh, yeah, and
gems.
like I know some of the some popular horror games nowadays, like Chilla's Art makes a lot of like Japanese style horror games where it's jump scares, but some of them can actually be really creepy, and they're usually on sale at Steam for like $2 to $3.
I always like a nice, good, cheap horror game. Even
Well, then
just a little short one.
I'll send you all the ones I think are good.
Yeah, I want some of those.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah. Well then, perfect. I think yeah. Oof. Look, I'm unleashing my power level a little bit here with some spooky games.
It's all right. Spooky games are great.
So many games, not enough time.
Sensei, don't you have like a test for Sky that you're trying to do?
Oh, yeah, but they looked kind of basic.
Oh.
Let me look for it. Just waste a little time for me.
You don't want a basic one.
It looked boring. It didn't seem like it was going to be that fun, but let me find.
So while Sensei's looking for that, how about anybody in the chat? Do you have any questions for our sweet VTuber Sky?
This one looks really stupid. Let's do this one.
Oh, perfect. Put your questions in the chat, and I will read them out loud after we get this quiz done.
This looks really dumb. This macaron quiz can predict with 100% accuracy if your crush likes you back.
Oh my.
Are we ready? Let's start.
I'm
Pick
ready
a color.
as I can be.
Let's pick
I love BuzzFeed.
Oh, first you got to put your crush in mind. Otherwise, what's the point?
Okay.
All right, let's start. Pick a color for the cookie. We have yellow, pink, blue, and orange.
I'd go with pink.
Okay. Pick a filling. Hazelnut, caramel, vanilla, matcha.
Matcha. Definitely matcha.
You've mentioned that a few times, yeah. Pick a second filling. Raspberry, blueberry, lavender, white chocolate.
Ooh, that one's hard.
Does matcha mix with any of these things?
Maybe white chocolate, because you can put it with regular chocolate.
Matcha with white chocolate is a godly combination. Just putting this out there. Oh yeah.
What do you think,
Okay.
Sky? This is your quiz. This is your crush on the line.
I go with white chocolate.
Okay. Choose a garnish. Mint leaves,
Oh,
rose petals, sprinkles, gold flakes.
I'd definitely go with sprinkles.
Wait,
They're
do people
super
really put
fun.
this crap on their macarons?
Yes. I've seen all of these on macarons.
Oh man, I don't know anything about this world. Finally, how many are you making? 1, 6, 12, 24.
Go all in with 24.
Hell yeah.
Have enough to share with everyone.
Wow, you got your crush is crushing on someone else.
Oh!
Sorry to break it to you, but your crush hasn't thought about you because they're hung up on someone else. But if that doesn't work out, you might still have a shot. Just be patient and respectful.
Oh god, that
Wait,
sounds like a good
so-
toxic
That's
relationship.
stupid.
So they have a crush on someone else, but I might still have a shot. That's really bad advice.
This was the really dumb, bad-looking one that we picked earlier, and it had the Mad Men lady on the back for some reason.
What?
I have no
Oh
idea.
yeah.
Let's try it. Oh god.
Look how much of a she's got that total bitch face going on with that cigarette.
Does.
Like she's the type of office lady that I'm trying to do my assignments and she comes up to me, throws my coffee mug on the floor and says like what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, I haven't done anything. I don't even know who you are. Why are you doing this?
That's kind of the
Because
show's
you
like, I
drank
think.
the diet. It's because you drank the coffee that has no caffeine in it.
Oh, they caught me with decaf. Ooh.
How about this?
Yeah,
here's
that's a no-no.
Here's this quiz. It seems pretty wacky. Question 1. There's only 3. Don't worry. You can't find a lettuce for your salad in the veg aisle. You hide behind a stack of tomato tins and wait until the lettuces are stocked anew. No food today. Or you walk up to someone who's got it and politely ask to give it up for you. Substitute it with cabbage. It'll probably taste similar. Write a poem to the store manager and make sure that you get your point across by making it as obscene as possible. Find a store attendant in order to discuss about today's weather.
All of these options are very
Very
not
random.
what I would expect.
This
How
reminds
about
me.
we go with with a poem?
Yeah, this reminds me of those old chain letters about 100 wacky ways to annoy Kmart workers.
Yes.
You guys remember those on the internet?
I know what you're talking about. I feel
Sounds
old.
I was you know what? It was stuff that people would repost on MySpace as their MySpace bulletins or whatever.
Oh, you mean when you say if you don't post this 5 times, a spooky car accident's
No,
gonna
not
happen
like
your way?
that. Just the more
Oh, I
lighthearted,
remember those
guess. But
too.
kinda. Question
I
Could you
tried to
imagine-
write a poem.
right.
So
right,
who's gonna make the VTuber space where we have our top 5 so we can have some drama going around?
top 5s, top
Oh.
8s.
Yeah, top 8s, top 10s are just excuse me,
Oof.
I'm not on your top 10. Well, listen here, sweetie. I'm not gonna collab with you anymore. If you're not putting me in that top spot, you're just
wow.
gonna be seeing my slap coming your way, bitch.
I can't believe you
Do you
have
really
the
wanna deal with
MasterCard
that?
VTuber over me in your top 10.
Could you
That is
believe
not
it?
acceptable.
Could you believe this? She has the book reading VTuber over me.
How people get mad about anyone being over them.
It's all it is just VTuber Mean Girls. Oh, that would be a fun script to read on stream.
That would be. I saw someone's gonna read the B movie script.
I think Nibbles is doing that, and I think Mari's going to be doing
Was it
that too.
Nibbles?
Nibbles and Mari are doing the B movie.
Nice.
Nibbles did it on her own stream, and I know that Mari is going to be wanting to do that eventually.
That's super fun.
Alright, this second question is super weird. Are you ready?
Ready as I can be for these
Alright.
very obscure questions.
You've got a new puppy. You name it after A. Something descriptive of its physical characteristics, such as spotty and doggy. Or something cute and sweet. Donut, candy, kitty, crystal, ting tong, etc. Something more revealing of your issues like Blanket, Gaia, Harper Max, and Audio Science. Your favorite fictional character. Come here, Colin Firth. Fetch Colin Firth. I don't know what swin back means. Anyways, the era that evokes your happy childhood or the lack thereof. Jip, Lassie, Nana, Toto, Snowy, to name but a few. Or something to show off your educational attainment, wealth, authority, such as Placebo, Hampstead, Bertram Wilberforce Wooster.
These are some names.
These are some, yeah.
I'd go with something cute and sweet.
All right, that's what I thought too for you. But let's see.
I'm worried about someone who named their dog Placebo, though.
What is your opinion? Is this still a macaron quiz? It is, supposedly. Okay, what is your opinion? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is very deep psychological and it's hitting the root of your psychology.
when you taste a good macaron, it hits you really deep in your repressed memories. I'm just gonna say this.
I don't even. What is your opinion on Ben Winshaw playing Freddie Mercury? God is just and kind, politically incorrect, a white guy playing an Indian descent. Sacha Baron Cohen will be keenly missed. Why not Mika? Give me Mika. So ready to add him to your list of spandex of shame below or above Colin Firth and Mamma Mia, or all of the above? What the hell does this have to do with macarons?
I have no idea what this has to do with macarons.
It has everything to do with macarons. Just kind of think outside the box. Think outside the box for once.
This is like an inside joke for 5 people.
It has to be. I'm just thinking with so ready to add it to your list of spandex of shame below or above Colin Firth and Mamma Mia. That seems... I don't even know if that's a right answer.
What? Blueberry, Roger Sterling. What?
Wait, Roger Sterling? What?
I've just stopped writing the description here because I know everyone gets Earl Grey tea or lemon or chocolate, and probably no one will get blueberry.
I love Earl Grey tea.
Apparently I got one that no one gets, so they didn't even give me a real description.
No, a lot of people got it. Sorry.
Wow.
That's fucking weird.
I guess they were wrong then. This is a weird like, where did you find this?
It was one of the first Google results for what flavor macaron are you?
That's worrying.
It's really bad.
That's
I'm gonna rate it bad, sorry.
Perfect. So, Skye, T. Bison asks, why did you become a VTuber?
Well, like I said before, I wanted to start streaming and just being able to hang out with everyone and have fun. And just VTubing seemed like the best way to do it. Mostly because it was just be awkward just to have my face on the screen all the time.
And so, like, and the follow-up to that is, what's your goal for it?
Well, I mean, I feel like I've been reaching my goals, just been having fun with everyone, doing collabs, playing games, and just hanging out with everyone. I guess if I had a goal, though, I guess it'd be to eventually reach partner on Twitch, but that's a long way away. But, I mean, it's a goal, and it's good to have goals.
Goals?
Yeah. VTuber MasterChef asks, how often do you people watch?
Like in public?
Yeah.
I probably used to more, you know, pre-COVID. I don't really go out a whole lot except for work, and I work in an office, so I don't get to see that many people. So, not very often anymore.
Okay. And so Buffo Fisher asks, have you ever eaten something that was too sweet for you? And I'll add on this, what was it and why did you even eat it?
I'm gonna say it was probably... So my friend used to work at Krispy Kreme Donuts.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, do you want to try something crazy? So we put a donut through like the rainbow of icing like 5 times, and it was just like so coated and so thick with it, just like you bit into it. And usually Krispy Kreme's like overly sweet already, but it was just too much. Like I took one bite and I was like, I can't. It's just like an inch thick layer of this donut icing at this point.
I kind of feel you on that. There's like I have a big sweet tooth, and sometimes when I have something like overly sweet, it almost like has like that really like kind of like overly sweet burning taste where it turns into just like even I can't like stomach this. Yeah, it's painful.
Yeah, I'd say that's the sweetest thing I've had. And I mean, it sounded good in theory because it's like, oh well, 1 coat's great, why wouldn't 5 be better? Don't do it. Don't do 5 coats.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Index asks, Skye, what's your favorite cake?
Well, other than cheesecake, like actual cake, I'd probably say angel food cake because I can like totally eat one of those in a sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Cool Whip and strawberries, Final Destination.
Yes.
Yep.
Definitely. It makes it just so good.
Perfect. And let's see, does anybody have any more questions for Skye? Any more questions, everybody in chat?
What would your perfect room look like? VTuber MasterChef wants to know.
Probably something like super pink and super cutesy. Can Can I post a picture on here? I actually have a background that's my VTuber, like, Sky's room. And it's just a bunch of pastels and, like, stuffed animals. It's just super cutesy. I like pink a lot. If you've seen my picture I posted on Twitter of my streaming setup, it's just a bunch of pink everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, that reflects off that reflects off kind of like your fashion sense too, with all Lolita and your VTuber. That's really cute.
Yeah,
So
I like pastels a lot.
Yeah, Misty has a question. How do you? Oh, you go ahead. You go, Mister. Ladies first.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
I'll get you a Diet Coke from McDonald's.
Ooh,
you're too sweet.
Well, the Coke from McDonald's is the best.
Yep.
What's wrong with Diet Coke?
I don't like the taste of it. It's like Coke Zero. It doesn't hit the same.
I see. I understand you with that, but I have to have Diet Coke for a reason.
Yeah, same.
I'm watching my waist.
I'm just a heathen and drink regular Coke.
There's nothing wrong with that. Keep that going, sister. Alrighty, Sensei, ask the question.
You should ask it in a Mistia voice.
Okay, I'll do my best Misty impression.
How do you feel about tacos? Do you like them with hard shells or soft shells? If you had to drink only water for a year, or only a soda for a year, which one would you pick?
I think he just gave that away as a freebie, Mistia.
I think
Well,
someone redeemed it once days ago, and I never did it. So.
well, I'd probably say hard shell tacos. Though I've had some of those crazy Taco Bell creations where they have like the hard shell and then cheese and then a soft shell, like all in one abomination. Those are pretty good. But I would choose hard shells over soft shells. And I'm a heathen who doesn't like drinking water, so I would definitely pick soda, specifically Coca-Cola. Because I already drink that like 90% of the time when I'm not drinking like boba.
Ooh, okay. So speaking of boba, what's your favorite type of boba bubble tea? Kind of like, do you like just regular milk tea, or do you like roasted, or does the local places that are by you have kind of their own type of blend, like taro, jasmine, Earl Grey?
Brown sugar is my favorite. There's one place nearby me that I love going to just for their brown sugar bubble tea. It's so good and it's so sweet. And then I always get like the regular tapioca pearls. I mean, I know there's the different types. I'm not a fan of the popping boba. Some of the jelly bobas are okay, but I like the tapioca ones the most.
And you eat those with a fork and a knife, right?
No, I've only ever had them through a straw. I mean, I could see doing it with a spoon maybe, but I don't think I could like even stab one with a fork.
Well,
They're
I'm about to prove everybody wrong right here, because I have my Uber Eats app open, and I'm about to tweet out me having some bubble tea with some forks and knives.
Oh, I want to see that.
I look forward to that. I can't wait to see that.
Well, alrighty. Any more questions for our dear sweet Lolita Sky?
I did answer them, Mistia. I'm sorry you zoned out there.
She zoned out because she couldn't take the pressure of me matching her voice so well.
For a recap, I chose hard shell, and then I would drink soda because I'm a heathen who doesn't like drinking water.
Heathen.
As a heathen.
I know, and you got to have that delicious syrupy McDonald's Coke.
That's the best. I wish I could have it more often.
See, the thing is, even like on Uber Eats and stuff, or like whatever like type of dish order service you use, see, what you do is you get 2 larges, right? So now here's what I do. You get 2 larges, you get it extra ice, and the reason why you get it with extra ice, bear with me on this. I know it dilutes it, but you'll understand why. You get 2 Cokes from McDonald's, you get it with extra ice. So while you have your second Coke in line, you're sipping on your first one. You're gonna finish that first one immediately, so you leave that to the side. So then you go to the next one. Now the water's diluted a little bit, so now you have a little bit more Coke left. And the thing is, it's so syrupy and good, you're still gonna lap everything up. So when you finish that one, now you have residue Coke and water mixture in the other one. So you have leftover drink. It's a science.
I don't like ice.
I didn't understand any of that shit. Can you draw that out or something?
I didn't either.
What? How do you not understand it?
All right, I'm gonna draw this right now.
How do you not understand? I literally.
Yeah, it's just watered down Coke.
Exactly, and you get more out of it.
I want like full McDonald's syrup Coke.
Why do you need 2 cups?
Coke.
Because you drink through the first one. Yeah, you drink through the first one so fast.
So you can't just wait for it to get watered down. You have to.
Yeah, it's a race against time.
So you're buying 2 different drinks?
Yeah.
Misty, I've tried putting Coke in an ice tray.
You're paying twice the amount so that you could drink watered down Coke.
It's not watered down. I like the extra ice because then you get to eat the ice cubes. Does anybody else not eat ice cubes?
I eat ice cubes. It's not good for your teeth, but I do it.
I never get ice cubes, like especially if the cup doesn't have a lid on it. I hate ice cubes because they always hit my teeth, and I hate that feeling.
Oh my goodness, I'm feeling attacked right now. I
love crunching an ice cube.
It's so bad for your teeth.
Oh, of course it is, but that doesn't mean it's kind of like drinking. It's bad for you, but that's not going to stop us.
Yeah, it's not going to stop us from having
a
ice chomping Among Us collab.
Oh God, yeah.
Are you going to be crunching the whole time?
Ooh.
Yeah, Sensei is going to be crunching out farts.
Oh yes.
Okay. All right, everybody. Any more questions for Sky?
Misty had one about what my favorite holiday is. And you are correct. It is Halloween. I've always just loved Halloween. I love decorating for it. I have like a whole little Halloween village that I put together every year. I go all out decorating outside, and I love dressing up and having fun. So that's definitely my favorite holiday.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Because Halloween, you could dress as anything, basically. So there's lots of variety.
Yep, and you can be something different every year.
What about Christmas, though? Do you ever do any like creative Christmas outfits, even though it's?
Well, I actually have a very fun Christmas outfit in the work for Sky right now. That I'm looking forward to using.
Is it gonna have candy canes on it?
Probably not candy canes, but it will definitely be Christmas themed. I'm super excited for it. It's gonna be very cute.
So do you also celebrate Festivus?
I know what Festivus is, but I do not.
I'm going to be having tons of airing of grievances with Sensei over here by the time November's over.
Oh, really now?
Oh, yeah. And we're going to have a test of strength where Sensei has to fight me. And because I'm technically the head of the household, and you got to prove your might by getting him in a headlock.
What? So you're going to wrestle? Are you going to like wrestle in like one of those inflatable pits, like covered in Jello?
Oh, it's going to be Jello and avocado oil, just because we're millennials, right?
I had to walk away for a second to get a cat out of my room, and I came back to just hearing body covered in Jello or something like that.
You're gonna fight Prince in a children's pool full of avocado oil and Jello.
Yeah. Avocado oil? Why not coconut oil?
Because avocado oil is what millennials use, like toast. Come on, get with the...
Dude, coconut oil is keto. Get with it.
So, I don't care about coconut oil.
I do.
You're gonna argue about your oils.
Oh my gosh, I only have essential oils. I put eucalyptus drops in my bathtub so it can soothe my senses and chakras.
That does sound nice.
Oh, you better believe it is, sister.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, you wish.
I'd rather wrestle in the sweet and sour nug juice from McDonald's.
That'd be so sticky, though. Well, Jello would be pretty sticky too.
Actually, so you like McDonald's Coke a lot. What do you get at McDonald's? Like, what's like your meal of choice?
Well, when it's around, I will always get the McRib.
Fake
rib.
Yeah,
we got a McRibber over here.
I love them.
Absolutely.
Like, they're disgusting looking because it's like they have like the fake bones and everything.
Yeah.
They taste so good.
It's straight up just
but
like
when that's not
meat
around-
that's like pounded into like a press. You could see like the form of
Yeah.
the mold, but it's still good.
I don't know who thought it was a good idea. Like, hey, let's make it shaped like ribs with bones in it. That's super appetizing.
So
And
Index
onions.
Index asks, Sky, who do you like more, Sensei or Prince? Mistia follows it up, and why is it Sensei?
Well, Sensei made me write that I will not skip class on the board multiple times.
That's true.
So I'd probably have to say Prince.
Yep. Keep it that way. I'm your teacher, not your friend. Got it?
Oh, okay then.
Whoa.
Well, not the teacher card.
So well, at least Sensei kind of knows how to put the students in place by, making sure that Sensei's there to teach, not there to be your friend.
Yeah, I don't want any scandals.
Oh, don't want those types of scandals, Sensei.
Yeah. Could you imagine
Everyone's
if somebody...
craving my McNuggies. I gotta draw the boundaries.
Well, I mean,
Like your chicken nuggies.
it's your fault for posting that one picture of you with the big ass.
A dump truck ass.
I saw somebody subtweeting it.
Chungus.
Yeah, I saw somebody subtweeting about it. Like, why is there a bird VTuber with a dump truck ass on my timeline? And I saw it, and I was just like, "Hey, Sensei, I'm about to at you here."
Well, it was unexpected. It was funny though.
But yeah, it's make. Why did you curse my timeline with this?
Because it was wonderful. In a bad way. Well, it's a good bad way.
I mean, it's when you're looking like that, you're looking like you're about 100 nuggies away from getting the colonoscopy.
Yep. 100%. Feels great though.
Oh yeah. All right, so got any more questions in the chat?
Yep, I think we're almost at that time here.
Yeah. So with that said, everybody, this was our interview with Sky. She's absolutely sweet and adorable. She plays a lot of horror games on her stream, so please follow her on Twitch, follow her on Twitter.
On
she always
Twitter,
posts-
I'm posting it now. She is Sky, 2 E's, VTuber.
Double E.
And on Twitch, though, she is KawaiiSkyee. Both links plopped into the chat.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sensei.
You're welcome.
Sky, do you have any closing words you'd like to tell everybody in the chat?
I just want to thank you both for having me on. It's been a lot of fun this past, 2 hours or so? I just
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
we've
lot
been
of
having
fun,
a blast.
and I appreciate it.
And I might come out of here with a pirate Lolita fetish, who knows?
Whoa.
Well, see, we did something right.
Those skeleton gloves?
They hit differently, don't they?
They hit different.
Ooh, are you talking about the ones that are like jewelry?
Listen, I straight up put pirate Lolita and looked at the first result on Google. And I said, I'm into that.
I want to go see what the first result is.
Yeah, okay, I'll put it on the screen.
Oh, they have some gloves that are like jewelry skeleton hands that are like rings. You know what I'm talking about, Prince?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I see a lot of pirate Lolitas use them. They're really cool.
Here's something funny. What a lot of people don't realize this, but Maddie from Hollow Live, she's a pirate Lolita.
Really?
Yep. Her newest outfit, I always suspected it, but if you look at her newest character design, it spells out J Fashion and EGL. Nobody caught this, but I did.
You're always catching everything early.
I do. That's why I'm such a hip hopper. I'm a trendsetter.
Hip hopper, huh?
That's what I am.
There are a lot of different types, Mistia.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for coming out, seeing us.
Yep. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Sean, for coming in. Clutch at the last minute to watch Sky.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks,
I'd like
everyone.
to special love out to Onishan for still being such a little rascal and causing problems around everywhere. Thank you.
Like to thank Sky for being super cool and coming on to talk with us, to educate me on things. Lolitas and macarons.
You're welcome. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, we had tons of fun with you. It was great. We learned a lot more about you, and now we get to look forward to more of your horror streams. So I can't wait until you start doing Clock Tower. Also, I can't wait until we can get that Drunk Among Us collab with you set up next week, hopefully.
Yep.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yep, check that out next week, peoples.
It's going to be incredibly chaotic, and it'll be featuring our interviewer here, Sky.
And with that...
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.